squash and a squeeze. There was an old lady who lived all by herself, with a table and chairs and a jug on the shelf. A wise old man heard her grumble and grouse. "There's not enough room in my house, wise man. Why don't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." "Take in your hen," the old man said. "Take in my hen? What a curious plan." Well, the hen laid an egg on the fireside rug and flapped around in the room, knocking over the jug. The little old lady cried, "What shall I do? It was pokey for one and it's tiny for two. My nose is a tickle and there's no room to sneeze. My house is a squash and a squeeze." And she says, "Wise old man, why can't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." "Take in your goat," said the wise old man. "Take in my goat? What a curious plan." Well, the goat chewed the curtains and trod on the egg, then sat down to nibble the table leg. The little old lady cried, "Glory be! It's tiny for one and it's titchy for three. The hen pecks my goat and the goat's got fleas. My house is a squash and a squeeze." And she said, "Wise old man, why can't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." "Take in your pig," said the wise old man. "Take in my pig? What a curious plan." So she took in a pig, who kept chasing the hen and raiding the larder again and again. The little old lady cried, "Stop, I implore. It's titchy for three and weeny for four. Even the pig in the larder agrees. My house is a squash and a squeeze." And she said, "Wise old man, why help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." "Take in your cow," said the wise old man. "Take in my cow? What a curious plan." Well, the cow took one look and charged straight at the pig, then jumped on the table and tapped out a jig. The little old lady cried, "Heavens alive! It's teeny for four and weeny for five. I'm tearing my hair out. I'm down on my knees. My house is a squash and a squeeze." And she said, "Wise old man, won't you help me, please? My house is a squash and a squeeze." "Take them all out," said the wise old man, "and then you'll be back where you first began." So she opened the window and out flew the hen. "That's better, at last, I can sneeze again." She shooed out the goat and she shoved out the pig. "My house is beginning to feel pretty big." She huffed and she puffed and she pushed out the cow. "Just look at my house, it's enormous now." "Thank you, old man, for the work you've done. It's teeny for five, it's gigantic for one. There's no need to grumble, there's no need to grouse. There's plenty of room in my house." And now she's full of frolics and fiddly-dees, and it isn't a squash and it isn't a squeeze. Yes, she's full of frolics and fiddly-dees. It isn't a squash and it isn't a squeeze.